Hello, thanks for joining us for game 2 of 2 of this exhibition matchup between your Findlay Trojans, Peewee Gold in their home white, and Indy Junior Fuel in the black jerseys with white and red trim. Nate Cooper takes face off for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Indy collects, trying to get it across, but George Homewood there, along with River Archer, to knock that out. Now Indy collecting and dumping back into the zone. That goes cross ice. Ben Grace has it now. Sends it opposite side over towards River Archer. Intercepted but fumbled on. Archer tried to chip that out. Behind him was Teagarden. Teagarden playing it along the boards now too, battling with Indy Fuel players. Teagarden now gets brought down. Incidental as both players are going towards the puck. And now sent out and raced after by Mason Cooper. He gets it out of the zone. Now George Homewood on the forecheck as Indy goes cross ice, and then that's knocked away by Ben Grace. Now Indy trying to collect and go again. They enter into the offensive zone in pursuit by Teagarden and Cooper. Centering pass knocked aside by Grace. Cooper's got it now. He's taken down into the boards. No call there. That gets sent up to Archer. Archer gets it over to Peterkowski. Peterkowski's got it. He's going to try to get across center ice. He's met with some resistance as well, but then sent back forward by Eddie Homewood. Now going opposite side with it again. And getting a shot, but wide, was Indy. Finn Biggs in goal for this second game for the Trojans. Henry Fort has it, wraps that around the boards, tries to get it up to Peterkowski, just out of reach. Indy collects, sends one towards the net, held onto by Biggs. And we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of Findlay goaltender Biggs. Forward line changes. Luke Williams now out to take the face-off for the Trojans. He'll have Schwab and Chafe with him. Puck is dropped. That gets knocked over to the side. And then Williams attempting to send it out of the zone, intercepted at the end by the defense. Takes shot for Indy. That gets through. Nice kick save by Biggs. And now Schwab knocks that out of the zone for Findlay. Now collecting it is Indy. They try to pass through the center. They do. But Homewood's there, knocks it back across center ice. Indy collects again. Brings it through to the side. Tries to get a shot. Good job by Luke Williams. Pick his pocket there. Now Luke moving forward. Dumps that into the zone. That's on net. Sticked aside by the goaltender for Indy. Held in by Homewood. Homewood fires it just wide of the net, but back down deep into the zone. Hank Schwab over there in the corner trying to keep that in. Along with Henry Fort, Luke Williams then, nice action stick, knocks that away as well. And now Indy sends it down the length of the ice, and that should be an icing, and it is. So we'll have a face-off down to the glove-hand side of the Indy Fuel goaltender. Mason Cooper out now, takes face-off for the Trojans. He'll have George Homewood and River Archer out there flanking him on either side. Face-off knocked back to the defense by Indy. Indy looks to clear. Ben Grace coming to pinch up along the boards, keep that puck in. He gets leaned into. But good effort, second effort there by the Trojans, keep that puck in. And now it gets knocked out across the blue line. And then nice active work by George Homewood on the back check there as that player was trying to split the defense. Ben Grace knocks that shot from the point aside. Now he's got the puck. He's going to carry it up through the zone, through neutral ice. Evades him. Indy gets it, knocks it back towards center ice. Then knocks it into the zone. Laura Teagarden back there racing. Biggs knocks it over to Teagarden. Teagarden now in the corner battling for it. And now trying to wrap around with Indy, but that was thwarted by Mason Cooper and Ben Grace. And now Mason Cooper has it with a head of steam, and now we've got a 3-on-2. 3-on-3 back now as Cooper's in the corner with it. He gets it out to Eddie Homewood, but that bounces off his stick over the line. Henry Fort back there now to collect as well. He chips it backwards out of the zone under neutral ice. Mason Cooper now dumps it back down deep into the zone. They'll get a line change. Ricky Nichols out there at center now on the forecheck, pursuing along the corner. Peterkowski now too, trying to disrupt that a little bit. Now Fort pushes him to the outside. Shot, hits the post.
Go!
Now trying to get that out is Findlay. Ricky Nichols with some good effort there along the blue line, but collected again. And shot, gloved by Finn Biggs. Shot from the slot as Indy player broke free. So we'll have a face-off to the glove-hand side of Findlay goaltender Biggs. Puck is dropped. Nichols tried to get that forward, but Indy collects. Shot from the point, tipped aside. Great save by Biggs. Again. So we'll do this again, this time to the glove side as well. Nichols with the face-off. Knocks that to the side. Fort tries to stick it out of the zone. Beach got a glove on that shot from the point. Knocked that aside. Centering pass. Knocked away. Puck still loose, kind of in front. Indy circling around the center, around the boards. That gets sent out. Nichols now trying to get that out from a nice pass off the boards by Homewood, but Indy knocked it back in. Peter Koski has it now. He sends it over to the corner. Collected by Indy, sent in front, shot, goes through everybody, through the crease as well and wide. Now, Eddie Homewood, nice stop in front of the net on that puck. Beach out there trying to get it. Now, Nichols battling for it as well. Puck gets knocked behind the net. Indy collects. Now Nichols has it. He's going to try to spin with it. He does. He's going to hit it up the boards. Peter Koski. Collected by Indy. Shot. Sticked aside by Biggs. Now over to the corner. Mason Beach gets it up to Ricky Nichols. Nichols still playing. Still battling along the boards. That gets chipped out. Collected by Teagarden. Teagarden's going to send it along the boards to Nichols. Nichols going to push it into the zone. And then it bounces off his skate along the boards and now caught up in the middle. And then Lawyer, nice work there to get it back to Grace. Avoid the icing. Or the offsides, rather. Collected by Indy as they bring it along the right side of the board. Centering pass. Goes awry, but the defense is there to collect. Whiffs on a shot, so that's going to go to the side. Indy collects again. Back out to the point. Shot. Trying for a tip. And the rebound gets loose, and they score. So Indy up 1-0 with just over 6 minutes left here in the first off of a rebound from a shot from the point. Luke Williams out now, takes face off for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Indy comes out with it. Shot. Biggs gets a glove on it. Pushes it aside. Teagarden has it now behind the net. Teagarden now battling. Lost it in his skates. Indy picks it back up, but Teagarden's still there. And he knocks that puck free to the side of the boards. Now nice stick work there by the Trojans. And Williams has it. So he's going to start pushing now forward. He's still got it, man. It gets poked away from him into the corner, though. Williams there battling. Knocks it back behind the net. Safe there, too. Now sticked aside by Teagarden. Indy coming into the zone. Nice play there by the defense to disrupt that breakaway attempt as it gets sticked to the side by Biggs. Now shot in front. Biggs has it. Nice kick save. Gets sent back behind the net. A couple players down in front. Shot from the centering pass. Got lost in skates. Ben Grace comes through, picks it up, tries to get that out. It's collected again. Shot wide from the point. Nice stick lift there by Hank Schwab. Allows the puck to clear. Forced to reset, but way offside is Indy. So this will bring this out to a neutral zone faceoff. Mason Cooper with the face-off for the Trojans. Tries to stick that forward. Gets back to the defense. Sent in, but then collected and sent back out by the Trojans. Good effort there by Archer. Dumping that puck now behind the net is Indy. Mason Cooper now collects. He gets hooked up high, no call. But he's going to get ahead of steam, and he's going to go and lead this 3-on-2 breakout, possibly 3-on-3. Cooper now looking for a little bit of space. Gets it back to Homewood along the corner. Homewood gets it over to Cooper. Cooper tries to center pass to Archer. Archer gets it over to Eddie Homewood. He tries to go across ice. That gets chipped away by Indy, and now they're coming back the other way. Lots of white jerseys back, though. And nice play by Henry Fort to knock that puck away. Now River Archer's got it. He's going to chip it along the boards and then try to get it down there a little bit further. Collected by Indy as they try to get it out. But George Homewood has it now at center, at the blue line. He enters the zone. He makes a nice little move. That gets tipped aside. Now still in front. And now Indy trying, but active stick work by Ben Grace intercepts that pass for that impending breakaway. Now held along the boards and knocked back out again. Grace has it. So, and then a nice block with the body by Grace on that pass. And then shot from above the face-off dots. Findlay got a stick on it, so that got sticked aside. Now Ricky Nichols got it. And then pushed out by Mason Cooper. Incidentally tripped as well. And now along the boards, Ricky Nichols is battling for it. And then it's sent back forward by Peter Koski, and Nichols has it now. Nichols looking for a little bit of room. And then nice work by Peter Koski, but then it gets knocked out, and Grace has it. Gets it over to Teagarden, who gets it back over to Grace, back in the zone for a reset. Nice pass up to Beach. Beach flips it in the zone, but hits the stick of a player now coming off the bench. Eddie Homewood now trying to knock that forward. Now that goes back in the neutral zone, but Henry Ford is there to knock it back out. Indy dumps it deep. Back behind the net. Eddie Homewood's got it now. He gets tied up. But Homewood's got it back again. Wraps it along the boards. Now looking for a shot from the point. But nope, they change that to a dump down behind the net. Does Indy. Now Indy in the corner. And we're going to have some contact and a penalty on the Trojans in the closing 2 minutes of this first period. So Nichols in the box for an elbow or roughing, one of the two. And this will be the first look this game at the Trojan penalty kill. Down 1-0 with just under 2 minutes. Puck is dropped. Gets sent back. Eddie Homewood battling for it down in the corner. He gets taken down. And then we're going to have another penalty as we've got a cross check or a roughing either way. So we'll skate 4-on-4 here. As 32 for the Fuel goes to the box. So 4-on-4 here for the next minute 18. And then the Trojans will have 12 seconds on the power play as we get to the end of this period. Puck is dropped. Mason Cooper ties that up. He gets knocked down. Nice play along the boards by Fort. Fort's got it now. Fort's going to chip it down into the corner. And now looking for a breakout here is Indy as they go across center ice. And a shot goes off the high post. Shot goes off the post in the corner by Indy, so Indy collecting. Now Mason Cooper has it. Puts a little move on. Gets that up to George Homewood. Homewood has that knocked away. And then back to Grace. Grace tries to play that off the boards, but gets poked by a stick there. Teagarden will collect here. We've got just over 30 seconds left here. Shot, glove down by Teagarden. Teagarden looking up. Lawyer trying to find Nichols, who was coming out of the box. Held in by Grace. Good effort by Grace there. Then chipped away by Mason Cooper down to the corner. We've got 4 seconds left here in the period. Looks like they're just going to clear, and that's going to be it. So as we go into intermission here, Findlay down 1-0 after the first period. Teams will talk about it, switch sides, and join us back here momentarily for the start of the second. All right, teams have had their time to discuss. Both teams at full strength to start the second period. We'll have Nichols, Beach, and Peter Koski out there as forwards. Teagarden and Grace out there on defense. Biggs in net to start the second period. Puck is dropped. Let's do that hockey. Nichols sends it over to the side, collected and hit off the face mask as Indy tried to clear. And then Findlay pops it back into the zone. Looking to break out is Indy. Nice hold up there at the blue line by Teagarden. And then Indy chips it back into the zone. Ben Grace to collect. He's going to take it behind the net. He's going to wrap that around the boards. That pops out. But it goes back to Grace as he wraps it up the boards, trying to get it to Beach. Shot from the point. Leg save by Biggs. Centering opportunities for Indy wide off the net. Shot. Oh, centered in front. Hit the post. Nichols comes out with it as there's a lot of activity up front. Nichols centering for a shot. Oh, gets blocked by the stick. Shot goes through by the net, but just missed it. Now back to Nichols. Nichols bounces it around the boards, hard to the corner. Looking for something in the center. Beach is over there trying to get that too, along with Peter Koski. But Indy comes up with it. They're charging hard down the left. They dump it, and Henry Fort collects. Fort looking cross ice, but that pass gets intercepted. Now dumped behind the net. Centering pass, nobody there for Indy. Beach in pursuit along the boards. Almost got their backwards pass intercepted by Nichols. Nichols with a nice little move. Fires a shot. Rebound. Oh. Tried to get out. Got sent down the length of the ice by Indy. Intercepted by Eddie Homewood and sent up to George Homewood. George Homewood's got a little bit of room. We've got a 2-on-1. He gets it over to Mason Cooper. He chips it forward. Oh, just missed the back, or hit the side of the net. Now trying to get that up the boards is Homewood to Archer. Archer then slaps it back around behind the net. Cooper there as well with Homewood. Indy's got it in the corner. Indy trying to chip it out of the zone. They do get it to center ice and turn it and fling it into the offensive zone, and then sent out, and then offsides, but not called as it's dumped back into the zone. Mason Cooper has it. He's going to wing it hard around the boards. Shot blocked by Mason Cooper before it could reach the net with a stick out. Now Indy at the point. Shot whiffs on again. Archer trying to get that to Cooper. Got hit from behind there. Now sent back into the zone. Teagarden back with it. He's going to wrap it around the boards to get that. Try to get that up to Cooper or Grace. Grace send it forward. Archer back there gets in front of the bouncing shot. Deflects that to the corner. Now shot in front. A pass in front block. Deflected. Then Teagarden with a nice active stick knocks that down. That's sent behind the net. And so Grace wraps it around the boards again. Then centered in front. And now collected by the Trojans as they try to get it out, but Indy's still with it. Mason Cooper has it now after edging out the Indy player. Gets that up to Teagarden, but that bounces through his skates. And now up at the point trying to get a shot. Nope, that looked like a pass with Indy. Down to the forward there on the red line. In pursuit with Grace. Now Indy up at the point. Flips the shot forward. That goes over the shoulder. And that's a goal. So Indy up 2-0 early here in the second period. Luke Williams out now to take the face off for the Trojans with Schwab and Chafe as forwards. Eddie Homewood and Henry Fort out there on defense. Puck is dropped. Puck gets knocked back towards Findlay. Chafe has it now battling along the boards as Fort had moved it up into the neutral zone. Chafe there battling along the boards still. Indy comes out with it, tries to go cross ice. That gets tipped by players at neutral. No, it doesn't. That's going to be an icing. So we're going to bring it down back to the Findlay offensive zone to the blocker side of the Indy field goaltender. Puck is dropped. Williams with the face-off. Harrison tries to get that towards the net. He does. He takes the shot. That gets covered, and he gets knocked down. Good effort there by Harrison Chafe on that play off the face-off there. Almost knocked one in. So we'll reset and do this face-off again with just 5 seconds off the clock. Williams gets it back to Schwab. Gets it back to Fort. Fort trying to play that against the boards, but that got intercepted by Indy and sent all the way down. That should be an icing as well. So we'll bring that back down. One more time. We like this offensive zone face-off for the Trojans. So let's see it again. Williams with the face-off. Gets that over to Chafe. Chafe tried to backhand one towards the net, but that got intercepted by Indy. Indy moving forward with it. Dumps it into the zone. Eddie Homewood has it now. Wraps that around the boards to Chafe. Chafe's got a little bit of room. He goes cross ice to Schwab. Schwab dumps it in deep. Just passes the crease. Chafe there trying to make a play on it. Now it comes out to Williams. Williams tried to get one over to Schwab. Nice, held in at the blue line by Grace there. Shot goes aside on the blocker. That's going to jump over the stick and head out of the zone. Williams has it. He's going to reset over to Teagarden. Teagarden's going to chip it up along the boards, but Indy has it, and they dump it back into the zone. Williams has it now. He's going to play that along the boards. Teagarden's going to try to get it up to Chafe, but they're still battling along the boards. But Indy comes out with it, but too many Trojan players there. Ben Grace, as he tries to chip it forward, he does. Now Hank Schwab still with it. He comes out of the fray with it, and he dumps it down deep into the zone. Ooh, collision, incidental. That's sent back. Ben Grace has it. He's going to rip that along the boards. That hits the stick of the defenseman, or of the forward, sorry, rather, for Indy. Trying to make a play on that was Beach, just missed. Good pursuit by Beach. Peter Koski's got it now. He's going to send that down deep into the zone as Findlay pursues on the forecheck.
Adam, gotta play the body.
Shot by Indy on that breakaway goes wide. Another shot by Indy. Nice blocker save by Biggs on that wide open shot attempt. Teagarden's got it now. He's going to wrap it around the boards. Ben Grace going to get that up to Peter Koski, who's going to chip that out of the zone, cross center ice. Indy trying to reset now. Ricky Nichols now trying to catch that pass, but Indy with it down in the corner now. Teagarden chips it up. Held in by Indy. Indy defense going down, trying for a centering pass. That hits the side of the net. Then trying to put that in. And Finn Biggs saw it, was all over it, so he covers it. Just over 5 minutes left here in the second. Findlay down 2-0. See if they can cut into this lead here. They're going to have to go the length of the ice to do it. Puck is dropped. Mace Cooper tried to get that face-off back, but Columbus collected it and took a shot from the face-off dock. Eddie Homewood's got it now. He's going to wrap this around the boards, trying to get it over to Archer. Intercepted by Indy, but then George Homewood comes out of it. He gets it up to Mason Cooper. Mason Cooper now looking for a little bit of space. He puts it out in front. Homewood tried with the rebound. He gets wrapped up, but Cooper still got it. Homewood's down in front of the net trying to get up. He gets up. Cooper tried to drop past that back, but Indianapolis intercepts it, but a nice work by River Archer along the boards there. Indy not happy with some of the contact there, but it was back and forth, so both Archer and number 6 go into the box. So we're going to have 5-on-5 still with a neutral zone face-off. Luke Williams with the face-off for Trojans. Gets that back to the Findlay defense. Henry Fort tries to get that up along the boards. Oh, and we're going to have a penalty there. As Luke Williams draws a penalty from a disgruntled player. Body check on 24 of the Indy Fuel. So this will now be a look at a Trojan power play with a 4-on-3, some open ice. Hopefully they can get one in the back of the net, cut this lead in half here with just 4.5 minutes left in the second. Mason Cooper out there now with George Homewood, Ricky Nichols, Teagarden, and Fort back on defense. Puck over to the side. Homewood battling for it. Indy has it. They'll flip it out across the Findlay bench. So we'll redo this face-off again in the Findlay offensive zone to the glove hand side of the goaltender for Indy. Cooper again with the face-off for the Trojans. He gets that over to Homewood. Homewood tried to get that back to Teagarden, but that pass just a little behind him. Teagarden will pursue that, get that down to Fort, get that over to Cooper, gets that over to Nichols in the middle. That gets sticked aside. Oh, and we should have been a penalty there, we thought, but nothing there as Cooper gets taken down. George Homewood, though, battling down in the corner, gets it out, a slot to Mason Cooper. But that gets sticked aside on his shot attempt. And the shot by Columbus goes, Indy goes in. And that's going to be a shorthanded goal for the Fuel. Taking them to 3-0 with 3.5 minutes left here in the second. Ricky Nichols now out to take face-off for the Trojans. Still have Peter Koski in shape with them. Nichols still has it. Now Teagarden tips it forward, but Indy has it. Missed on it, so Peter Koski's got it. He sends it up to Nichols. Nichols looking for a little bit of space. He keeps going to the side. He's now in the corner. He gets it up to Grace. Grace gets it back down to Nichols. He tried to send one in front. Oh, went off the side of the goaltender, but then bounced out. Nichols has it again. Nice little nifty move there by Nichols. Backwards pass against the boards to Peter Koski. Over to Teagarden. Teagarden sends it opposite side. Chafe has it now. He's going to take it down along the boards. He gets met with some resistance in the corner. That goes out to Grace. Grace tips it forward. And then another nice active stick by Peter Koski. Takes a shot off the post. Oh, that was top corner. Might have been the net. Didn't hear the post. That might have been in, folks. Now battle for it in the corner still. Now 25 looking for a shot. And he hits another top corner shot on a breakaway. That brings it to 4-0 Indy here with just over 2 minutes left in the second. Sorry. Williams takes face off for the Trojans. That gets knocked back to Fort. Fort sends it opposite side to Beach. Beach is going to head into the zone. He's got a little bit of a shot opportunity there. He sends one forward. That bounces off the goaltender and straight up, but then collected by Indy. And that's going to be an icing. I don't know where that shot came from, but that's an icing. So we will take it back down to the Findlay offensive zone here with just under 2 minutes. So Luke Williams again takes face off for the Trojans. Tries to knock this forward. Indy collects out of the scrum. Luke Williams racing back. Good job on the help by Williams on that breakout attempt by Indy. Now battling down by the corner. Puck gets sent out to the face-off dot and then dumped back in by Indy. Now centering pass. Misses everybody, but shot from the point by the defense. Gloved by Biggs. Cooper with face-off for the Trojans. Knocks that back to Ben Grace. Grace then wraps it around the edge for Archer. Archer has it. Tries to flip that out along the boards. Back towards the net. Grace collects. Trying to chip it for George Homewood. Homewood now gets it out of the zone. Now there's a race for it. Mason Cooper and George Homewood are there playing along the boards. Homewood now collects it. He gets sent down. No play on the puck, just on the body there. Teagarden has it. Tries to chip it forward out of the zone. Shot by Indy. Teagarden gets it over to Grace. Tried to get that up to Cooper. Indy collected at center ice, but that's going to be an offsides. So we'll have a true center ice face-off. Mason Cooper takes that, gets it back to Teagarden, gets it over to Grace. Try to get that up to Homewood. And then collected by Indy and sent deep down into the zone. Teagarden racing back there to go get it in the corner. Teagarden sends it back. Grace has it. Tries to get it up to Homewood. It gets out of the zone, but Indy collects. Now back down in the corner. Mason Cooper edges him out along the boards. Gets that up to Archer, but pass goes a little high, but there's George Homewood. Nice effort there. Shot! Oh, from his back! Almost hit that in the closing seconds of the period. And that's going to be the end of the second. So, Findlay down 4-0 going into the third period. But good hustle and some life there by the Trojans at the end. And see if they can break into this lead in the third period. Got 13 minutes left. Come join us after the teams talk and change sides. Puck is dropped. Ricky Nichols with the face-off for the Trojans. Indy collects after gets batted around in the neutral zone for a little while. Down the corner, shot high. Nice block by Peter Koski on that shot from the face-off circle. Indy throws one out towards the net, goes high and wide. Now shot from the point, hits a player in front for Indy. And then Ricky Nichols collects. He's going to go over to Peter Koski. Peter Koski's going to get across center ice and dump that into the zone and then pursue on the forecheck. Along with Harrison Chase, hits him in the face. He tries to take a shot off of that, just goes wide. Good forechecking by the Trojans. Now Eddie Homewood keeps that in, sends it opposite ice. And now 25 for Indy charging. Looking for a shot. Nice stick work by Henry Fort. Get that out of the zone. And then flipped into the zone by Indy as they'll look for a partial line change, at least for their defense. And now gets it up to Luke Williams. Luke Williams looking for a little space, trying to send that center to Beach. And it gets knocked out of the zone by Indy. Oh, cross-ice pass intercepted as Beach tried to get it to Schwab. Shot covered by Finn Biggs, and so we will have a face-off to the gloves, or to the blocker side of Finn Biggs. Puck is dropped, shot goes towards Biggs, he'll cover again, and nope, he'll let it loose. So it gets up to Beach. Beach now gets it up to Schwab. Schwab's got some room. Schwab's going to fire a shot. Oh, and that just goes just wide with a kick save. And now trying to clear is Indy. Grace there. Dumps it back down the corner for Schwab. Schwab without his stick trying to move forward. Move that puck with his feet. Kept in by Teagarden. Teagarden fires a shot. That's tipped in front. And now Indy is charging up at the side. They get it down to the corner. Try a centering pass. Luke Williams there. Intercepts that. He's going to wrap it around the boards. Indy defense collects, knocks it back down to the side. They try centering again, but that goes behind the net. Ben Grace has it now. He's trying to get it up to Hank Schwab. Schwab now battling at the blue line with it. That goes out. No offside call, though. That clearly went past the blue line. Now Teagarden knocks that back out to Beach, and now we've got a 2-on-2 with Williams and Beach. Now 3-on-2 as they go forward. Beach with a nice little move, tried to get a shot off, but got intercepted. But Homewood's got it now. He's moving to the corner with it, but that gets sticked aside, but kept in by Henry Fort. And now knocked out of the zone, but collected. Battling for it is Homewood along the boards. He gets taken down. Awkward twist along the boards there. Mason Cooper has it now. He chips it center. Gets that up. And Homewood tried to enter the zone, but made a move there, but it just, the puck just went too far. But then Eddie Homewood up to George Homewood. He's going to fire a shot. That's going to be loose in front. Archer was approaching, but the goaltender for the Fuel covered. Good job following the puck there. Puck is dropped. Cooper gets that back to Fort. Fort will wrap it around the boards. But then it comes out. And now there's one player racing down for Indy. Hits the post. Biggs was there. And then Fort gets it up to Cooper, but then Homewood follows up. Homewood now trying to make a move to the outside. Puck gets lost. And shot. Gloved by Biggs on that breakaway by Indy. Now Nichols with the face-off for the Trojans. Gets it over to Schaaf. Schaaf there battling down in the corner for it. Indy coming through with it. Puck is loose, still knocked away. Peter Kofsky being hooked, but no call. Grace now gets that, bounces off the boards out of the zone. Nichols has it, gets it up to Peter Kofsky. Peter Kofsky tries to flip one over to Nichols, but that just goes over everybody's stick there. Now battling for it along the boards. Schaaf comes out with it, tries to get that to Peter Kofsky. Goes to the corner, Peter Kofsky has it, wraps it down to the corner. And then playing along the boards, Peter Kofsky keeps it in. Tries to get that to Schaaf. Peter Kofsky still has it. Nope, gets sent back to Teagarden. Teagarden tries to send that to the middle. As they look forward to it, Ben Grace and Teagarden both back there. Nice job pushing that away as they converge on the breaking player. And then Ben Grace will wrap that around Peter Kofsky, who's going to send that out through the neutral zone. Now that's dumped in by Indy, down to the corner. Teagarden there to play it. Player was grabbing his stick. Now Teagarden's got it. As Nichols gets dropped down. Then that goes to Peter Kofsky. Peter Kofsky tried to get that across to Schaaf. That got broken up in the middle, but Nichols has it now. Nichols tries to make a play on it. Now Fort's got it. He's going to get it up to Schaaf. Schaaf's got it. Now he tried to get through in the middle, but just hit his stick, but Schaaf is still there. Schaaf now in the corner battling for it. Beach is there now. Beach fires a shot on net. That goes just wide. Now Beach following his shot. In the corner, he gets hooked. No call. Then kept in by Williams. Good effort there by Williams, and then knocked out by Indy. So now Indy going with a 2-on-2. Lost the puck centered across ice. Nothing doing there in the corner. Chipped out. Shot. Tipped high by Indy. Over the net. Now Homewood has it. He's going to send it around the net, or around the boards to Schwab. Schwab has it. He's going to knock it out to Beach. Beach tried to get that to the middle. Nothing going there, but up comes Homewood. Homewood's going to skate it up, get it to Williams. Williams tried to bring that through neutral, or through the middle of the zone, but couldn't get anything going. Now another shot from the goal line. Goes well wide and high. Eddie Homewood's got it now. That gets sticked away to the corner by Indy. Pops out. Beach trying to get that to go, but a shot from Indy falls wide. Now shot in front. Fort's got it. He tips it out to the front. Collected by Indy, then back to the corner as they try to centering pass. Now shot from the face-off circle. Collected by Fort on the block, and then that's going to be sent out. Now shot, blocker save. And Homewood will send that out of the zone, and Mason Cooper is racing down fast. And George Homewood's there too. And River Archer down there to knock it back to the corner to Homewood. Homewood battling now in the corner. Grace down there as well. Now attempting to clear. And that goes down the length of the ice. That should be an icing, and it is. So we'll get a face-off in the Findlay offensive zone. So just under 4.5 minutes left. Findlay still down 4-0. See if they can get one in the back of the net here in the closing minutes of the game. First game ended all square, 3-3. Mason Cooper with a face-off, gets that back to Homewood, but that gets chipped aside by Indy. So Teagarden collects now, chips that forward along the boards. Gets that up to Mason Cooper. Cooper now looking for a little bit of space, drops that to Homewood. Homewood tried to get a shot off, but too close. Cooper now tried to put it in front. Hits the net. Gets it over to Grace. Pops out of the zone. But puck free, so Indy collects it. Nice poke check there by Teagarden. Still a shot from Indy, but blockered away. Mason Cooper has it now. He'll spin a little bit. Try center ice. Try to find Homewood there. Pass almost got through. But Indy's going to send it down the length of the ice. That should probably be an icing if it makes it. Nope, they wave it off. So Archer's got it. He's going to send it along the boards to Homewood. Homewood's going to backhand that out of the zone. And then offsides as Indy sends it in. So we'll go down here for an offensive zone face-off. Ricky Nichols takes face-off for the Trojans. That gets sent down the length of the ice as well. If that misses the crease, that'll be icing, but no, it hits the crease, so he's got to be played. Then Grace back to go play it for the Trojans. Gets it over to Rylan Peterkowski. Tries to chip it out of the zone, but held in by the defense of Indy. But Ricky Nichols there to take it forward. Now he's going to play towards the middle. He's going to take a shot. That goes over the goal. Nichols has it behind the net again. Oh, tried to get that forward, but nobody there. So Indy pushes forward, and a shot watched and gloved by Finn Biggs. So Nichols now to take the face-off for the Trojans. Face-up tie-off. Peterkowski has it. Sends it out of the zone. So forced to recollect is Indy as they cycle it around the opposite end of the ice. And as they dump it in, Ricky Nichols collects it. And now he looks for options. He sends it up to across the boards to Peter Koski. That bounces over his stick and out of the zone. But then sent by Homewood. Cross ice pass over to Schaaf, but he's knocked off the puck. And Fort trying to play it there as well. And now nice pass there by Grace up to, or by Eddie Homewood rather, up to Peter Koski. Peter Koski fires a shot that goes just wide. Now coming down toward the looking for a shot is 25 again. He fires one well behind the net. Indy dumps it back down into the corner. Indy collects, sends it up to the defense for a shot, and that's gloved by Biggs. Williams takes face off for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Sent to the corner, collected, and sent in front by Indy. Then sent out by Findlay, and we've got an offsides as that puck entered the zone while Indy players were still in there after it was being knocked out by Findlay. So this will be a true neutral zone face-off again. Seen a lot of these last couple days. Puck is dropped. Luke Williams battles for it. Gets knocked back to Fort. Fort tried to chip that forward. Fancy stick work there by Fort to hit that out in the air. Now Fort, and we're going to have a stoppage of play for a hurt player as Beach was down for a little bit. Oh, it was an interference penalty, so number 24 again with a penalty. So we'll end this game on the power play with just under a minute left. Mason Cooper takes the face off for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Cooper gets it over to Archer. Archer sends it over towards the net, but goes just behind. Now wheeling it around and chipping it out is Indy. Now sending that forward is Archer. Archer gets it up to Teagarden. Teagarden tries to move that forward towards the middle, but collected by Indy again. Indy sends it down the length of the ice. This should be an icing. And it is with just 34 seconds left. We'll have another face-off in the Findlay offensive zone. Mason Cooper with a face-off for the Trojans. They get that back to Archer. Archer fires a shot. It's loose in front. Getting tied up is Homewood as he tried to backhand that one in. Now Cooper's got it. He gets it back to Nichols. Nichols sends it down the corner to Homewood, but that bounces off the boards funny. Nichols has it. Cross ice pass now to Teagarden. Gets it up to Cooper. Tried to get it up to... Now getting tripped up again. No call though in the closing seconds. And sorry for the language there, folks, but this will bring this game to an end as Indy takes this one 4-0, and they split the first game of these 3-3 in these two exhibition games today. So Findlay ends up the weekend at 1-2-1. And we'll shake hands here and call it a wrap for hockey until after the holidays. Thank you all for watching. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and a safe holiday season. And we'll see you on the 28th. Sorry, the 26th for some hockey.